Blackity black. It's a blessing, not a curse. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget. If you need reminders, then run this back. You're so pretty for a black girl. It's not a compliment. Don't whitewash who you ought to be an option. You don't sound white. You just finished up your doctorate. Black Benz, new house, pockets real lucrative. That's right. Pop, 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 pop. Bosses, CEO. Boss, 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 boss. Chick killing stereotypes, switching up the narrative. Ain't no explanation needed. That's on Harriet. Raising black kids with some black sense, liberation, educate them, let them dream big, adding flavor.
Yo, what's going on? Hey, we got Eugene Kiing all the way out in California, better known as my little brother anyway. Much love, little brother.
Love you, man. How you guys doing?
We're doing fine here in Tampa. We got that California weather, though.
Mike G and Vince Bugsy in the building.
Hey, Eugene, man, I just want to tell you, man, you know, Dad would be happy. All your success, man, and everything you're doing. Hey, man, I got to tell you, man, I'm so proud of you, brother. You're killing. I love all the music you're putting out, and you're on point. You're on fire. So what do you got going on right now? Because I know you're busy, and so what you got going on like right now? What's happening in your world, brother?
Man, first off, I'm grateful to be on the show, man. Thank you, y'all. My big brother there's a lot I can say about him. I talk about you more than you know, and it is positive. It is positive. It's not negative. It's positive. So, I'm glad to be on the show. Glad to be with you guys. We were even just talking a little bit about, our dad, because he was a musician himself and all the things. And so it's just kind of full circle to kind of have a moment like this where, as a son, I'm talking about my musical endeavors now. What I got going, man, I'm living in Los Angeles. I'm doing songwriting and production. And over the years, I've kind of like built on a foundation of like music, starting out in the church as a drummer and keys player. And then that progressed to like songwriting. And then that progressed to like, well, if I can songwrite, then maybe I can produce. And if I can maybe produce, then maybe I can be an artist. And then if I can be an artist, then what? What does that look like? What would I bring into my artistry? What would I say? What would I communicate musically? What instruments would I use? What's my production? And so I'm living in LA now, kind of like in a culmination of all those things. So it's a combination of songwriting. I do music for television and sync with film and, media. And then I also do songwriting as an artist. And I've done songwriting work with a group called Maverick City. I work with Bethel, Tasha Cobbs, a lot of different artists, both independent and those that are signed. And so it's been good, man. I'm enjoying life. It's a beautiful space right now. Got my first Grammy Award as a songwriter, was nominated in 3 different categories, and then also won a Billboard last year. So
can I clap real quick for you? Let me just clap for you.
I'm enjoying the momentum right now. It feels good to have a space where I can share my music from an authentic place, a real place, and feel like people are connecting with it in a way that maybe I never even dreamed of. Like I always knew I was going to be a musician. I always knew I was going to do music, but I didn't know that, my life would take on this path, this journey. But I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful. I'm enjoying LA. Many days at the beach, lots of good food. I'm enjoying, I'm not married. I don't have no kids. I have no girlfriend, nothing. So
you got no stress.
No stress, man. I'm enjoying my life. I just got back from celebrating my birthday. I went to Cancun, Tulum, Isla Mujeres, and then I was in Miami. Had a nice little time in Miami. It was a good space, man. I enjoyed it. This next year is going to be filled with more art, creativity, dreams, and pursuing, my album and really getting more singles out. I've been such a background piece for others, where I've helped other people with their projects and supported them and songwriting and, production and different things like that. And so this year I'm ready to really just pour into all of my artistry. And
that's what's up. So Eugene, you be jumping around studios and stuff like that? So you went to the studio, or you stay with one studio?
Yeah, so I have a home setup, and then I also have a setup that I use with friends where, it could be at a studio, it could be at someone's house. A lot of times these days, mobile studios are a thing. So
Wow.
the idea of even going to like a larger studio is not even necessary.
See, I'm from the 90s. I'm an MC from the 90s, and everybody, you know.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it used to be one big studio, you know what I'm saying? With that.
Yeah. And I've done that even when I was in production school or just being with different engineers. Like we go in the studio and we'll do like live studio stuff, tracking, all of that. And then other times it's literally just around a living room and we'll set a mic up and we just press record and start recording ideas. And on the spot, we'll just create something. So it's similar to a studio vibe, but more of like at home. And so I find that a lot of my peers, we tend to roll like that. A lot of people that I work with do that. And then of course you have your more formal writing sessions, your more formal studio environments that are, you know, you showing up, you know, at the studio from 11 to 3 or whatever, and you do your writing session.
That's what's up. So when you travel to Miami and stuff like that, does that inspire you? That's what you do writing? Because I know I used to travel Atlanta, Miami, back to New York. That's where I'm originally from. Back to Florida. And
see, I heard a little East Coast in there. I heard a little East Coast.
Bronx, Spelling Bay Parkway.
Yo, what y'all say back east? That's OD.
That's cool, man.
You know, for me, I have a friend, a really close friend. She's super cool, named Amanda, and she's a phenomenal, brilliant, just creative mind. And we've done songwriting together and stuff. And something she said to me once was, "Songwriting comes from living."
You lived.
And the thing is, every piece of our lives, if we stay curious like children, can become something that, you know, leads to a lyric or a melody or some sort of spark for an idea. You know, kids, I think the wonder of kids is that they don't lose wonder. You know, when, you know, to your child, you know, if you got kids, you know, a spoon is not just a spoon. To them, it's like, it can be anything, you know? And I think I try to stay in a childlike place with my artistry and creativity in that way of like, how do I approach life? Am I just seeing, you know, am I just looking at a tree, or am I thinking about the life cycle of a tree? Am I thinking about the journey of that tree? That tree could have been here for 100 years. What is that tree seen? You know, what has that tree been exposed to? What is it like from seed to, you know, growing roots and being 90 feet tall, you know? So I try to look at my life in that way and go through and examine the details, like, you know, emotionally, spiritually, experiences, relationships, ups, downs, you know, perspective, social justice. It could be anything, you know, life, whatever life has been for me. I try to look at it and go like, I think there's art and song and creativity and everything. So for me, traveling is a way, going back to Miami, it helps because I'm getting exposed to different cultures, different countries, different people, different experiences, different food. If you know me, I love to eat.
Yeah, and you know, you're defaulting back on that Albert Einstein theory that we have to keep some. Why do adults give away from their childhood to not experience life? And I think so often we get in rat race. And you know me, I had to do the rat race of all that military stuff. So you know, So the one thing I like about what you've been doing is that your variations. You know, I've been always badgering you over the years to get me some Motown out of you. So one of these days. So what are you gonna sing for me right now, man? Because I want to hear you sing, brother. You know that.
Man, you know, I think I'm gonna start with I want to go back because there was something that you mentioned. You know, we had talked a little bit before, and there's a song that I wrote once with a guy named Anthony Skinner called History. And History was just a song that, honestly, I was singing out one day. I was at church, and I had this moment, and I just kind of started thinking about my relationship with God. And I was like, you know, me and God, we got history. And I was like, you know, we go way back. Like, when I think about it, like, we really go way back. And so I sang that in a moment. And then my boy, Anthony, was like, let's write something around this. I brought it to him in a songwriting session. And then he flipped the perspective and he said, what if it's not you singing that you have history with God to him? What if it's God singing that to you?
Oh.
And when he said it that way, I was like, oh, I've never thought of it like that. I never thought of it like that because in my experience, it's just been through my lens of what I know. But when I step back and go like, well, what did he know all along? You know, how did he see me, you know, from conception till now? Like, you know, so that's where that came from. I'm gonna sing a chorus of that and like a verse. And I got a couple of tunes like Pretty Brown Skin, Smile.
I know you do, brother.
Cause you and I,
got history. We go way, way back. We go way, way back. It's you and I. We got history. We go way, way back. Oh, we go way, way back. For eons I thought about you before I ever made you. I know every moment down. You are all my idea before you I created. You're my treasure, you're my child. 'Cause you and I, we've got history. We go way, way back. Oh, we go way, way back. 'Cause you and I, we've got history. Oh, we go way, way back. Oh, we go way, way back. I'm never gonna let you go. I'm never gonna let you go. I'm never gonna let you go. I never have, I never will. I'm never gonna let you go. I'm never gonna let you go. I'm never gonna let you go. No, never have, never will. 'Cause you and I, we've got history. We go way, way back. Oh, we go way, way back. It's a little bit of history.
Man, God, you just touched my soul, man. Every time you sing, Eugene, you're just on point, man. I really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute it for a second so you don't hear that guitar in the background tuning.
Hey, so one thing I get asked. So where are you going to be performing at? So you're out in LA. Are you performing at clubs, studios? What? So what are you doing as far as performing live?
I've got a performance coming up at California State University, San Bernardino on Tuesday, May 17th. It's going to be an outdoor event. It's a Black bazaar, and they heard a couple of my singles and were like, "We want to have you come do a set here." And they have 4 different acts, so there's a opportunity to come to that, and then we have some other stuff that we're mapping out. I'm planning an event that we'll see. I don't want to speak too soon on it, but for August, where it would tentatively be like an album CD release. And so we just do a whole, pretty much like a block party event almost, and just invite a bunch of friends out, and we'll have some guest performers as well as myself. And I do all my new material, the album stuff, as well as some of the singles that we're about to hear next. Pretty Brown Skin, Smile, whatever you call it though, whatever you call it.
No, because I was gonna throw you under the bus really quick, because hey, I heard you're supposed to be making sure that Tori and Mom and Justin coming out there, you're supposed to be looking out for them when they come out to see you.
Oh man, yeah, they're gonna be out here soon. They'll be out here next month, but the thing is, that's not till August, so they'll be here. I think June 17th.
June, yeah. Oh, look, boy, you on your calendar now. I don't know what to say.
Well, you and Sharon, y'all are planners, man. So Sharon's been like pinging me every other day. Hey, Mom's coming to town. Mom's coming to town. Don't forget. Mom's coming to town. Mom's coming to town. Don't forget.
All right. So go ahead, man, and kick your new song with Pretty Brown Skin, brother.
Yeah, so this is a song I wrote called Pretty Brown Skin. It's a song that I dedicated to women of color, Black and brown women. And I really just wrote it from a place of just, I wanted to honor, just Black women and just the contributions that Black women made to culture, Black and brown women across the world. And so one day I was on the phone with a friend, and we weren't really even doing much, but just kind of chopping it up. And the conversation was so inspiring. When I got off the phone with him, I was driving. It was July 5th, 2020. I was driving, and this moment of inspiration hit me, and this melody just kind of came. And I went home and I said, forget it. I was getting ready to go get a massage and get some food. I said, I'm not getting a massage. I'm not getting food right now. I'm going home. The moment, hey, MC, hey, bro, you get it. Like, man. Those moments hit you, and you got to jump on the moment right then and there, because you don't want to lose the idea. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. And the song came together literally within hours. And then I recorded the final version of it a couple days later, I think on July 8th, and we put it out in September 2020. But it's a song called Pretty Brown Skin. So I'm gonna sing it for y'all. Boy, yeah. Pretty brown skin, pretty light skin, pretty dark skin, oxy African, written in your DNA. Hella chocolate melanin from the motherland. With your black skin, never should you want it any other way. First things first, I'm blackity black black. I'm blackity black black. I'm blackity black black. If you don't like that, you whackity whack whack. You whackity whack. I said what I said, and that's that. This is for them queens that's rocking them kinky twists, from box braids to Bantu knots and full lips, them dreadlocks, crochets, afros, and real hips, and pom-poms or sewings with edges that's real slick. Now catch this, your black presence is necessary. From Big Mama to Auntie Obama, I validated it's necessary. I still remember my mother's gumbo, Saturday mornings waking to soulful songs of gospel, the richness of ancestral legacies and cultures that history extends beyond American borders. So please believe the hype, you're not too much, you are enough. Never shrink back, always speak up. Head tilted high, one fist to the sky. Don't doubt your worth, always at tax. Know yourself first. One thing's for sure, you're made in the image of God. Shea butter, that melanin pop. Black woman, you will never be stopped. Pretty brown skin, pretty light skin, pretty dark skin. I see African written in your DNA. Hella chocolate melanin from the motherland. With your black skin, never should you want it any other way. Pretty brown skin, pretty light skin, pretty dark skin. I see African written in your DNA. Hella chocolate melanin from the motherland. With your black skin, never should you want it any other way. Second things first, still blackity black black, still blackity black black, still blackity black. It's a blessing, not a curse. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget. If you need reminders, then run this back. You're so pretty for a black girl. It's not a compliment. Don't whitewash who you ought to be an option. You don't sound white. You just finished up your doctorate. Black Benz, new house, pockets, real lucrative. That's right. Bow, 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 bow off chick. CEO, boss, 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 boss chick. Killing stereotypes, switching up the narrative. Ain't no explanation needed. That's on Harriet. Raising black kids with some black sense, with liberation. Educate them, let them dream big. Adding flavor, keep it seasoned. Give them reasons for the reasons to believe in what dreamed of. You are beautifully valuable, distinguishably royal. Look in the mirror, pause and say, black girl, I love you. I love you. I love you. Then repeat. One thing's for sure, you're made in the image of God. Shea butter, the melanin pop. Black woman, you will never be stopped. Pretty brown skin, pretty light skin, pretty dark skin. I see African written in your DNA. Hella chocolate melanin from the motherland. With your black skin, never should you want it any other way. Pretty brown skin, pretty light skin, pretty dark skin. I see African written in your DNA. Hella chocolate melanin from the motherland. With your black skin, never should you want it any other way. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, oh, 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 yeah. Whoa, oh, oh, do no, no. You don't sound like you just finished up your doctorate. Black Benz, new house, pockets real lucrative. That's right. Pop, 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 pop off, sis. CEO, boss, 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 boss chick. Killing stereotypes, switching up the narrative. Ain't no explanation needed. That's on Harriet. Raising black kids with some black sense. Liberation, educate them. Let them dream big. Adding flavor, keep it seasoned. Give them reasons to believe in what our ancestors dreamed of. You are beautifully valuable, distinguishably royal. Next time you look in the mirror, pause and say, black girl, I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh. One thing for sure, you're made in the image of God. Butter, the melanin pop. Black woman, you will never be stopped.
Boy, that is on point. Well, you know, you made a lot of people in the family happy on that one because we've been pretty much dominated by the females in our family.
Here's the real reason I wrote it. No.
That's right. Sharon.
Sharon, Candy.
That's it. Yeah, hey man, you know, so are you thinking about going overseas? Because I know if you go overseas, you're gonna crush it, man. So have you thought about some international stuff?
Yeah, I actually get requests from like Brazil and South Africa and Australia, England. I've got like a fan base in any of these spots. I think the biggest thing right now is just growing in my output of some of the content that I've been wanting to release. We haven't put out as much in recent days because we have been revamping and rebranding and figuring out, just kind of where we want to devote our energy next. And so it's been good. It's been a good space. But on the heels of the album is where I'll probably focus more on like international travel and things like that. I'm looking forward to that a lot, actually, because probably one of the best things is being able to perform, being at a keyboard or being on the mic, being on stage, being with people, and just getting to share good time, good music, connecting with your listeners, people that support you. It means a lot. And I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it. I think the last few years getting a chance to be in rooms that are as small as 15 people and, and then having the ability to sing in front of literally, I think probably the biggest stage I've been in front of at this point is 55,000
Wow.
in Brazil. It was incredible. And so I just never get tired of that aspect.
So I have a question for you, Eugene. So do you mix in hip hop, metal, or do you just go on one stream on your genres and stuff like that?
Yeah. So for me, my musical influence is kind of like broad. So it's kind of like I have naturally gospel and R&B roots because I grew up in a gospel. Like I went to church growing up. I still go to church, and I have a R&B. Like my dad used to play records. He had an old vinyl player.
Yeah.
So I heard R&B records, and then I would, listen to pop, and then I got into like neo soul. Then I got into hip hop, and would get into even some folk music. I started listening to a little bit of country from time. I like Rascal Flatts. Like people don't know my musical background. Like I like jazz bands. I listen to classical bands. I played the alto saxophone growing up in band. Okay. So I had a chance to get exposed to a lot of different types of music in addition to choirs and gospel artists, and all of that just kind of goes into my makeup artist wise. My strength is really as a piano player, as a drummer, a producer, and a writer. And so this right here is something that's a bit more newer. So it's not the instrument that I feel like the most represents like my skill, but at the same time, I'm able to get by and do things acoustically, like being here, where it's like I can just kind of do something more chill and laid back. Yeah. And so
do you drum beats and stuff like that? I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like you have this, you touch all drum beats, like anything.
Yeah, I do beats. I do I went to production school. I actually just got a new beat machine. If you want to see it, I can show it to you real quick. You want to see it? Yeah. Right here. I got it's a new Akai Professional MPC.
Okay, you brought it back, bro. The Akai beat make. Oh, it got a nice snare. That one has a nice snare on it. Nice.
They got so much. They got so much that they've updated on it now, and I've been able to just kind of like dibble and dabble and play with it.
There you go.
And get familiar with the sampling on it. It's amazing. I've got a vinyl.
Oh, hit a beat for us.
Hey, man,
that's what's up, man. Yeah, the Akai. Hey.
You said do a beat for him?
Yeah. Go ahead, do a beat for me.
All right, let me see. Let me get. If I turn on the. All right, and they do because I don't have it plugged up to the speakers right now, so it's going to come through the speakers on the actual beat machine. It's amazing. Let me get it up. All right, switch it back. And boom, 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 boom. Oh, is it up? Is it up? Uh-oh. Might not be up right now. Yeah, I might have to plug it up in this is how new this is. I've only plugged it up to my interface and used it there, but there is an output. I just don't think I have the settings set to it right. Oh, there it is. Speaker on. So let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me put this thing down so I can do it right. Hey, sitting here on the internet with my bro, chilling with my friends, telling you how it really go. I'm down LA, what you say? You already know. No, let me stop.
No, you really know.
Vince Bug, Mike G on the track, like, hey.
Yeah, we used to use the ASR 10 in that, man, with the boards
Yeah.
and everything, man. ASR 10 was really powerful piano, man. And that right there with the mixtures, man, was a great sampler for that. I was man, you're bringing it back, man.
Hey, you know, and here's the thing: a lot of people don't realize like how like instrumental this piece right here has been to music. Like producers and artists, like they know, engineers know, but when you go back through the last, 30 plus years of music, the MPC has been like critical for like beat makers.
Yeah.
And so I usually am more melodically driven because I'm keys. I play keys. I sing and I play with strings and other samples and things like that. But to get, I do a lot of my beats too from the MIDI board. But with this, having this, it's like I wanted to add something else that would be more specific to beat making. That way I just have the ability to do all of that right here without having to worry about doing it through a keyboard. And so if you want to go down the list of like people that could be staples in this, I'm a Kanye. We can go Kanye.
Yeah. Switch beats. He uses that.
People think his personal life is his personal life, but
right.
Kanye,
Absolutely.
Kanye has been sampling and until this day still makes a bulk of his beats through the MPC, and all those records you heard early on, and then it all falls down. He did it all on the MPC, and he sampled those phono records back in, and then he would turn around and turn them into beats. So, MPC's got an extensive history. It's been a great contributor to music, and I wanted to add that to my list of tools for when I create for my album.
Hey, Gene, it cracks me up as I was thinking about you threw up Rascal Flatts because, we're Southerners and, I'm a diehard Rascal Flatts guy. So when you threw that out, I started laughing because, I still remember when we were down in the tornado shelter, waiting on that tornado to come through. And I still have that picture with us down in that shelter, man. And,
my God. Can you send that to me?
Yeah, I have to hunt it down, but I got it because I saw it a couple of days ago, and I was like, "Man, I remember that day. You were down there just reading it out, so like, well, we're waiting on a tornado." So what?
If you don't know the background and the story on that, we were back home. Dad was, he was in his final days, and a storm came up, and Oklahoma, we got to get below ground and get into a closet, or stand out on your front porch and grab a beer and watch the tornado come by. Either way. We were in our space and we were underneath ground, man. And, after the big one had came through in 2013, Dad was home when that happened.
Right.
He was by himself and we didn't have a storm shelter then. So, I mean, he could have lost his life in that tornado. But, a few years later, we were in another situation where there's another tornado and they got one underground because they were like, yeah, we're not doing that again. And
we had to get him down that ladder.
Oh my God. He could barely walk. He was like, and of course, even then he didn't want no help. So he was so independent. I got it. It's good times, man. Thank you for letting me show the MPC.
Oh no, I appreciate that. Hey, do me a favor, man. Go ahead and hit Smile for me, brother.
Yeah. The song I wrote called Smile. I wrote it in the middle of the pandemic, and it was kind of an interesting time. I feel for everybody. I think the pandemic hit, and our options were limited. Where you could go was limited. You know, a lot of people spend a lot of time at home, and you had to kind of get, you know, creative with how you spent your days between, you know, if you were doing mobile work at home now, or if you were now laid off, or, you know, you just had some extended time now that you weren't, you know, in a job. And after a while, there's only so much TV watching and so much movies, and you got to like get out and run, do something, get active. And so me and mom used to go walk down to the pond and feed the ducks and all kind of stuff. And so it was good. And in that time, I started thinking, like, you know, about just the different things I was going through, different things people were going through and are still going through with mental health and all these things. And so a lot of negative thoughts could come up in that space where it felt like, man, am I still doing all right? Is life still, you know, in a good place for me? Am I still holding up? And that's where this song came from, Smile. You know, it made me feel like I had to sing kind of like a little bit of an affirmation or encouragement to myself, so I could, you know, realize that, you know, life is not as bad as I think it is. And when you really look around and count up, you know, the blessings in life and just what you've been given, and just kind of have a moment of gratitude, it actually helps you to realize, you know, I can make it through the day. So it's a Smile. I always give a song story, so don't mind me. And smile, baby, smile. You're doing better than you think. You're right where you're meant to be, so don't overthink. Superman, superwoman, even you can get weak. It's okay to be human. It's okay to have needs. Some days I feel great, but most days I'm afraid. I wish that I could say that I love life this way. Yeah. Lately, I've been feeling melancholy, like I came down off the mighty and I'm still acting Hollywood. Lately, I've been feeling hella moody, in and out, I'm hella dookie, and I still wish somebody would. I don't need nobody's criticism. I'm my own worst critic, doing bad all by myself. Maybe I should chill out just a little, take it easy on the mental. I think I need some help. But don't we all smile, baby, smile. You're doing better than you think. You're right where you're meant to be, so don't overthink. Superman, superwoman, even you can get weak. It's okay to be human. It's okay to have needs. I still make mistakes. Some things I should change. I know you can relate. Oh, yeah. Just take it day by day. Yeah. I'm giving up my timelines. Feel like I'm a step behind. Guess I gotta move at my own pace. Not a sprint, but a marathon. I'm competing with myself. Guess I gotta move out my own way. May the best men win. I'm my own best friends. It's a let go of my enemies. And it all makes sense. It was never about them. It was really always up to me. Oh, smile, baby, smile. You're doing better than you think. You're right where you're meant to be, so don't overthink. Superman, superwoman, even you can get weak. It's okay to be human. It's okay to have needs. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. You will be okay. Forget what others say. Yeah. Accept what you can't change. Oh no. And do your best today. Yeah. Oh, no. So smile, baby, smile. You're doing better than you think. You're right where you're meant to be, so don't overthink. Superman, superwoman, even you can get weak. It's okay to be human. It's okay to have needs. Hey.
That's it. Hey, that's my little brother, boy. That's my little brother. Much love. Hey, man, I know me and Mike G really enjoyed you having you on the show. But hold on a second, Mike, you got anything?
Man, you did good to me. Good stuff. Good stuff. You hear me? You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See, but they can hear me. As I was saying, man, good stuff, Eugene. Good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And hope to hear some new stuff. If anything you need, you know, you can call me. You know, videos, anything. Let's work.
Mike G on the track. Yo.
Let's do it, man. Yo,
Hey, man,
the still slides.
Love you guys. Love the energy. Just love the opportunity to be able to just share and talk life and talk music and NPCs and just comb through a little bit of my history and journey, man. And so, hey, Big V.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know,
I don't, you know, I want to salute, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to get it wrong. And you know, and this man gonna have me doing 100 push-ups.
I'm looking forward to, you know, and with Tori and them getting out to definitely spend some time with your niece, man.
Yeah.
And give her a big hug, you know. And she's graduating now and about to head off to school for soccer. But you know, man, listen, I just gotta say this seriously, man, and I don't want you to cry or anything. I am beyond proud of you that you have no idea. And I'm telling you, man, Dad's looking down from heaven, and dude, you are the image of everything that he wanted to be. You are it. I love you.
Thank you. Love you, bro. That means a lot. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, right, don't kill me. I know I gave you a hard time. Don't kill me, though.
I could never do that, man. I could never do that. Hey, so I'll talk to you soon, man. And you enjoy that beach, and I'll see you soon because I'm going to try to get out and see you. All right? Much love.
All right, y'all. We'll see you later.
Who else?
Keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling.